Hello guys, welcome back to Review Rant. I'm your host Aiden Creed, and today I'm starting a new series called Rewrites. Basically, I'm going to be rewriting a movie or TV show that I don't think is very good or is not very well received. And I'm going to be rewriting it to make it better. So, without wasting any more time, let's start with our first episode, Alien 3. In the year 2179, just a few moments after Ripley survived the Queen Alien's attack, they go into the ship and set off from LV-426 to who knows where. Ripley helps put Bishop into hypersleep, along with Hicks and Newt, and after putting them all away, she, herself, goes to sleep. Not much time goes by when the pods open, and Ripley wonders why they opened so soon. She gets dressed to find out what had happened. She then glances at Newt to see if she is still asleep. But in horror, she sees a facehugger near inches away from Newt's face. Ripley is quick to respond to the alien menace. She reaches for her gun, but suddenly, another facehugger jumps out at Ripley. Then, as she screams, waking up Hicks from his sleep, with half of his face burned from the acid and partially blinded eye from the alien before, finds a gun to shoot the facehugger off of Ripley's hand, and quickly grabs the other facehugger, who almost got Newt, and throws it to the wall while shooting it dead. In a shocking moment for the very small crew, Ripley then says, "We need to look out for more of those alien freaks." Then, from a nod from Hicks, they separate from one another to hunt for the remaining alien facehuggers in the ship. Minutes go by as Ripley, Newt, and Hicks look around for more. Seconds turn into minutes, and minutes seem like hours. But when Ripley and Hicks come back with nothing, they are satisfied for what they have found. They make their destination for Florina 161, a planet full of prison guards and prisoners, without any weapons or modern technology of any kind. Once they land, they find a few prison inmates inspecting the ship to see if they can find anything of use. But just then, Hicks jumps out of the ship and holds the prison inmates at gunpoint to tell them what planet are they on. One of the inmates says that they are prisoners here, and that there are also some guards back at their base. Then, behind Hicks, the prisoners see a woman with a small child, which is Ripley and Newt. As they get off the ship, Ripley says, "Who are you people?" And just then, Hicks, while still holding his gun at the prisoners there, says, "They're prisoners here, and apparently they also have a base here too." Ripley then says to Hicks, "Then we must go with them, so we can find food and help out Bishop." Hicks nods his head and walks with the prisoners back to their base. A little time goes by before they find the base, with all the other guards and prison inmates. They see a dog running right by them, and say, "You have animals here too?" And to that, they say yes, but just the dog. They walk into the base to see the warden there, Superintendent Andrews, speaking to the inmates about what landed on their planet. All the men go silent as soon as Ripley enters the room. As they stare, thinking about how they haven't seen a woman in years, Hicks asks, "What is this planet about?" Then a voice comes out saying that we may be prisoners here, but we follow a religion here. Hicks says, "Who are you?" to the man who just spoke. Then the man announces himself as Dylan, the spiritual leader who leads them to do no wrong. Hicks then says sarcastically, "And how's that going?" Just then, Dylan responds, "Pretty well, actually, and it would go even better if you weren't here. We don't need more people, especially a woman." Ripley then looks at Dylan in a strange way. Dylan then says, "We don't need any distractions. We are here for a reason, you know." Ripley then says, "Then, do I make you nervous?" Just then, back at the ship, where Ripley and the crew crashed at, the dog, Spike, investigates a strange sound on the ship. Then, as he goes to investigate, something jumps out at him. A few moments go by as Ripley and Newt are in a room, while Hicks is talking with the prisoners and guards. As they are talking, one of the prison inmates says, "Have you seen my dog anywhere?" Hicks then replies, "I saw your dog heading for our ship." Hicks then stops, mid-sentence. Just then, Hicks runs out of the base to the ship, some of the inmates following him to see none other than Spike, the dog, writhing around in pain. Just then, before Hicks could draw his gun, the alien bursted right through the dog. Just then, Hicks finally grabbed his gun and was ready to shoot at the alien as it ran away. "Did it just escape?" one of the prisoners said. Hicks then looks at him, then looks back at the ship, now knowing that they have another nightmare to hunt. Hicks then heads back to the base, with anger on his face and in his voice. Ripley knows something is off. She then goes towards Hicks. Before reaching him, she hears the inmate say something about the creature they saw. "It was like a dragon," one of the men said. Ripley almost instantly knew what they were talking about. "It's not a dragon," Ripley replied. "It's an alien. It's a xenomorph." One of the men said, What the hell is that?" Just then, Dylan came through asking about all the commotion that was going on. Hicks then says to Dylan and the inmates that are there is no time for rest. That the alien will come for us and take us out one by one until there are none of us left. Just then, the lights turn off, as well as the power, leaving the crew in darkness. "Well, what now?" Dylan says to Hicks. Hicks then replies, "We survive." Ripley says to the inmates, "Do you have a generator of any kind?" Dylan then says, "We do, but it's downstairs." "So let's get it," Ripley snaps back. "What was that?" one of the prisoners says. "Shh," Ripley whispers. "It is the dragon," one of the inmates says. Hicks whispers to everyone in the room, "We have to go now." Hicks says to Ripley, "I know you want to fight, but I need you to be safe, and I need you to keep Newt safe as well." Ripley looks away, but gives Hicks a nod of approval. Hicks, Dylan, and some other inmates go down into the basement area to turn on the generator. Midway, while going down the stairs, Hicks looks visibly worried at what he is hearing. Dylan then says, while walking with Hicks, "I'm sorry for the way I was acting earlier." "It's fine. I'm not worried about an apology. I'm worried about my life," Hicks says sternly. Soon, the crew reaches the bottom. One of the inmates goes over to turn on the generator. The lights turn on, but suddenly, the wretched dog alien pounces on the inmate, ripping the man to shreds, spewing blood and guts out. All the inmates start to run away, but Hicks and Dylan stay strong. The alien stands up strong as well, looking the two men up and down. But, within a flash, the alien runs up into the ceiling, running past Hicks and Dylan. The alien starts running on all fours towards the inmates. The alien pounces on a man, grabbing him by his shoulders, opening its mouth, and shooting out its second mouth into the man's skull. Rising off the man, looking both left, then right. Then, after looking over to the right side, the alien runs towards 3 inmates, screaming out for their lives as they get slaughtered by the alien menace. Back downstairs, Hicks and Dylan plan a way to kill the dog alien. Dylan then brainstorms a perfect way to kill the creature. We have a lead pool. Maybe we could use that. Hicks approves, and they go to leave the basement area. Ripley and Newt then hear a siren ring out. And prisoners and guards alike running and screaming away. Ripley then hides Newt under the bed. Ripley then grabs her gun and goes out to find the alien, wherever it might be. Meanwhile, the alien is running on the ceiling and waiting for somebody to kill. The inmate Troy is rounding a corner when suddenly the alien jumps down and kills him by biting into his head. At the same time, Ripley rounds the same corner, seeing the alien eating him. Ripley holds her gun and is ready to fire when she hears Hicks and Dylan calling for her. Then, the alien looks up at Ripley, leaving the body of the man there and standing up to face Ripley. The dog alien, now facing Ripley, is about to attack when Hicks and Dylan reach her. Hicks yells at her to duck as he shoots at the alien a few times, its acid blood bleeding on the floor. The alien then crawls up the wall and away from danger. Hicks then helps Ripley back up and says, Dylan has a plan to kill the alien. Ripley then replies, well, what is it? It's a lead pool, Dylan quickly responds. Where is it at? Ripley questions. That's the thing. It's on the other side of the base, Dylan says. And we need bait, Hicks responds to the both of them. Some time goes by, and after a while setting up, their trap for the alien is complete and ready for action. After a while of walking, the trap is ready. Ripley hears something running and the rafters after her. Then, she stops dead in her tracks. The alien also mimics her response. After an awkward silence, she begins to run and startles the alien. It falls through the ceiling and begins to chase her through the hallway until she reaches the lead pool railing, where she begins to walk slowly behind as the dog alien walks towards her. She yells out, "Now!" Hicks and Dylan release a titanium bucket full of lead, letting it crash into the alien, injuring it and knocking it into the lead pool. As Ripley, Hicks, and Dylan are waiting to see if anything would resurface, nothing. No movement, no reaction, just silence. After being satisfied for what they believe is the end, they head back to the base to make sure Newt and everything is alright. But do they know if the alien is wounded, or it is very much alive and seeking revenge? Dylan then says, "Is that really how you kill those things?" Ripley then replies, jokingly, "Well, not really. Last time we had to shoot one into space." They all start to laugh. Dylan replies, "Yeah, and to think it was not that hard." Ah! Suddenly, Dylan begins to rise from his feet. Ripley yelps as Hicks looks up in horror, blood dropping to the ground as Dylan fades. Hicks tries to grab his gun, but instead gets smacked in the face by the alien's tail. Ripley goes for the gun Hicks has dropped, but gets swatted by the alien. The alien then looks up at Hicks, now bleeding from his mouth, begins to try to crawl away. The alien then stabs into Hicks's back with its sharp claws. Ripley then tries with a pipe to get the creature off of Hicks, but instead, the alien grabs Ripley by her neck. Now the alien stabbing deep into Hicks's back and choking Ripley by the neck. It seems to be hopeless. But just then, Dylan, with what little strength he has left, grabs the gun and fires all the bullets into the alien, eventually killing it. and dropping Ripley and letting go of Hicks as well. Ripley then goes to check on Hicks, but he says he's fine and to focus on Dylan. Ripley then goes to tend to Dylan, but knowing that it's too late for him and that it's only a matter of time, Ripley thanks Dylan for everything he has done and for being a hero. Dylan then cracks a smile as his life leaves his body. A day has passed since the alien killed 7 people, including Dylan, who saved the lives of Ripley and Hicks. In the base, Ripley is tending to Newt when Hicks says, "What now?" Ripley then replies, "Well, I don't know. We can't just stay here forever." Hicks looks at her, then turns back to looking out of the land of sand. "Well, for the time being, we have to stay here," Hicks says. Ripley replies, "For now. Well, I'm going to try and find other people out there. It would help us out on this planet. I suggest that you guys get some sleep," Hicks said, leaving the room, walking to the main office to find help. As Ripley and Newt sleep, not thinking about the monstrous alien. For once, Ripley has gone to sleep peacefully. Well, I really hope you enjoyed the video. This is me talking right now, because this single-handedly doesn't seem very long, but this actually took me a few years. It actually started in 2021, and, well, I scrapped the idea, went back with it 2022, never finished it, and then I scrapped all that idea, and then I went for 2023, then I did all this, and this is what you're gonna get, the final product, and I appreciate anybody who is listening this long, because this has been one of the most exciting things I have done. Fun fact, this was actually supposed to be my first video ever on my channel before I did my Transformers review. So, besides that, I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe if you want, not pressuring you. And I hope you enjoyed, because I really loved getting into this. So, until then, guys, peace.